guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to show you how to draw perfect eyebrows. So, hey everyone, I'm such a doo-doo head. Get out of here! Mom, Drew is interrupting my live session! Mom, Drew is interrupting my life. Mom! Oh my god, enough of the screaming! Drew, get out! Mimi, enough scream time for the day. Turn it off. But Mom! I am too tired for this. Turn it off! Okay, guys, goodbye. Hey, guys, my name is Mimi, and my life sucks. I have 9 siblings. Yep, you heard me. 9 siblings, living in the same house and sharing my parents. My parents don't even remember to keep tabs on all of us most of the time. There are just too many kids. In all my life, I've tried to stand out. But you have no idea how hard it is to stand out when you have 9 siblings. Nothing you do is ever special enough. Like when I was 5, I got really into painting, and one day I made the most incredible painting. Mom, Dad, look what I made! Wow, that is so beautiful! Reminds me of the painting your sister made years ago.
I guess we have 2 painters in the house now.
What? No! My parents' half-hearted reaction only made me more determined to do something truly impressive. Then I took up dancing. Mom, look at my moves! Wow, you're such a great dancer!
Is she? Check me out.
Well, I stand corrected. You are both great dancers. No! At that point, I gave up on finding my own thing and standing out. I just faded into the background, and I eventually learned to live with the noise and chaos. Or so I thought. By the time I got to middle school, I didn't think it bothered me anymore until one day when I was 15, that changed everything. The day started really ordinary. I woke up, got ready for school, and got dropped off with my siblings. In the middle of 4th period, we heard a loud, scary tumbling noise. Our school's foundation was rumbling. Feels like an earthquake. Quick, everyone gets under the desks and drop to your hands and knees. That was the scariest thing I had ever gone through. My heart kept beating like a train engine. Fortunately, the shaking passed quickly, but school was canceled and our parents were called to pick us up. I waited outside for hours, but my parents didn't show up. That's odd. I couldn't even find my siblings. Then I started to walk home, scared that something had happened to them. But when I got home, I saw the most shocking thing. My family was seated at the table, having dinner without me.
Hey, doo-doo head, where were you?
What? What do you mean? I was at school, waiting for Mom and Dad. What? Oh my god. Did you guys forget about me? Like, no one knew that I wasn't home?
Honey, you know today was hectic. We thought...
You forgot about me! You know, I've always known that you guys don't care about me. But this is just... Mimi, I am so sorry. But you know that's not true. I hate my life so much. I hate all of you. I wish I was an only child. I ran outside. I didn't know where I was going, but I just couldn't spend another minute looking at the dinner table set without me. It hurt so much that I just kept running. Ran as fast as I could until sweat soaked through my shirt. I stopped to catch my breath, and then I saw it. There was a neon light in front of a store that said, "We can help you experience the life you've always wished for." It felt like a glimpse of hope. Maybe it could fix all the mess I was going through. Without a second thought, I stepped into that mysterious store. The store's atmosphere completely overwhelmed me. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before. It felt more like a lab, with a man wearing a white coat.
Welcome to our research lab.
What is this place?
This is a virtual reality research facility. We are conducting research. When you step into our pods, the system analyzes your thoughts and generates a personalized reality that is exactly the life you want.
Wow, sign me up! I want in!
That's lovely, but you're a child. We need your parents' consent.
I don't have a family that cares.
In that case, step in.
Immediately, I stepped into this massive pod that looked like a spaceship, and I got hooked up with a helmet and cool glasses.
All right, Mimi, when you open your eyes, you will be in a world where all your dreams come true.
Just seconds before falling asleep, my mind was flooded with thoughts. The chaos of my life, the neglect from my parents, and my annoying siblings. I wasn't even sure if this experiment would work, but honestly, I didn't care. I just wanted to escape it all. Then, I drifted off. Wake up, darling. Time for breakfast. I made your favorite. What? I woke up and got dressed. Then I went downstairs to a perfectly set breakfast table. Just my parents and me. Sweetie, do you want the extra egg? That's silly. Just take it. You're a growing girl.
Our perfect growing angel.
Hello everyone, my name's Mimi and my life is perfect. I am an only child and my parents are the best in the world. They love me so much and would do anything for me. When I was a child, one day I got a cold in school. My mom was so worried she quit her job to stay home and take care of me. I started being homeschooled from that day. After our lessons every day, my mom and I would do whatever I wanted.
So, sweetheart, what are we going to do today?
I'm craving froyo. Can we get froyo?
Anything for my angel.
At the froyo stand, while waiting in line to order, we saw a family with 10 children. They were so loud and rowdy. I couldn't imagine what that kind of life would look like. My God, can you imagine having 9 siblings? So much noise. Gosh, I'm so glad that I'm an only child.
Exactly, sweetheart.
How could they care for so many kids properly? Sure, I am an only child, so my parents always looked after me closely. But to be honest, their attention could feel a little suffocating at times. Don't get me wrong, I loved my life, but sometimes it got quite lonely. They never let me out of their sight, so I never had any friends. Mom, the neighbors invited me to a birthday party. Can I go?
God, no! All those children! Who knows if they're carrying germs? Honey, want to watch a movie on Netflix? We could watch it and have popcorn.
But I've seen this movie a million times.
Well, buckle up to see it for the 1,000,001 time.
Ugh, it was so frustrating having them hover over me all the time. Hello, my name's Mimi. What's yours?
What? Get away from that window! Get away from my child! Don't speak to her!
Mom,
Don't speak to those kids ever again. They're not the best influence.
My parents were obsessed with keeping me safe, watching over me 24/7 like I might get hurt the moment they looked away. Their overprotectiveness slowly became exhausting. And then one day, the weirdest thing happened. I went to sleep and I dreamt about having 9 siblings. Our house was so loud, but we seemed happy. We were always having fun and laughing, so much laughter. I had a brother named Drew who was my biggest headache, but he was my biggest protector. In my dream, I was playing on the swing when suddenly a boy yanked the ropes and pushed me down. Ouch, my arm! I think it broke. Oh, that's going to leave a scar.
Hey, how dare you push my sister?
And boom, he raised his voice and shoved the boy aside. Then, with a glare fixed on the boy, his fist clenched tightly, as if ready to land a thunderous punch.
Apologize to her right now. I'm sorry, please, I won't do it again. Come on, Mimi, let's go home.
He held my hand tightly, and together we walked home. It was the warmest, happiest feeling I'd felt in a long time. And then my mom's voice pulled me from sleep. As I opened my eyes, her face was filled with concern. Hey, sweetie, are you okay? You're sweating. I had the strangest dream. And I told Mom about my dream.
Gosh, that sounds like a nightmare.
No, Mom, it felt real. Too real to be a dream. Do I have a brother called Drew?
What? No. You have no siblings. After I had you, I didn't want anyone else, so I could focus on loving just you. It's just a dream.
But then it got weirder. I looked at my arm and saw the scar from my dream. I jumped from my bed and screamed, "The scar! I got it in my dream! There was a bully and Drew and—"
Stop! I don't know what you're talking about. You got that scar as a baby from a nasty fall. I think you're having a fever. I will get you some medicine.
My mom tried to make me feel like everything was fine, but nothing felt fine. I always felt incomplete. Like, reading an incomplete story. And to make it worse, I kept dreaming about that family every night. But they didn't feel like dreams. They felt like memories. The more questions I asked, the weirder my parents got. One morning, I woke up and found them screwing all our doors and windows shut. What's going on?
Oh, nothing, honey. Just trying to protect you from those weird dreams you keep having.
What? That doesn't make any sense. Nothing made sense. And every time I tried to make sense of it, a terrible headache stopped me. The headaches were so bad that I eventually gave up trying to understand anything. But one morning, I looked in the mirror and saw myself in a different house. It looked just like the one in my dreams. But I wasn't dreaming. I was awake. I couldn't ignore it any longer. I had to search for answers. All the doors were locked, except one. When I finally went in, oh my God! I found photos of me with the people from my dreams. All happy moments, arguments, laughter. That's when I knew they were real.
Congratulations! The experiment has been successful. The subject's memories have been completely reshaped.
What? And then I passed out. When I woke up, I was neatly tucked in bed, but I'd figured it out. This world wasn't real. I remembered the lab. I remembered the pod. I remembered the helmet. Everything gradually became clear in my mind. I immediately started yanking at the helmet.
System locked. Subject has not completed the experiment.
No! Leave me alone! I don't want this anymore! I want to go home!
Honey, what's going on?
Get away from me! You're not real! I want my real family! What are you talking about? You are our child! Our only child! No, I'm not! Get me out of here!
Now you are being disrespectful. We are going to lock you in here until you come to your senses and apologize to your mom and me.
Let me out! This is all my fault. I wished for this. I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, and everyone. I miss all of you. Even Drew. I don't wish I was an only child anymore. I felt defeated. I had screamed, scratched, and begged for hours, but help wasn't coming. I lay on the bed and cried, and then I heard the most curious thing.
Mimi! Where are you, doo-doo head?
Honey, please, we're so sorry. It was coming from outside my window. Drew? Mom? I'm in here! Over here! I started to scream back, but they couldn't hear me, even though their voices still rang clearly in my ears. In a desperate moment, I jumped out the window, just to break free of this prison.
When I opened my eyes again, I found myself in a room that felt both unfamiliar and oddly familiar at the same time.
Where am I?
Hello, Mimi. Congratulations on completing.
I didn't let that devil man complete his sentence. I ran out of there as fast as I could. I had no idea where I was going. I just knew I had to get out of there. By the time I finally came to my senses, night had already fallen. I had only been gone for a few hours, but it felt like I'd spent a lifetime trapped in that twisted nightmare. And then, in the distance, I saw Drew rushing toward me. Drew! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean what I said. I don't hate you. I don't...
I know. We're really sorry. Everyone's been looking for you.
I'm so happy to see you.
Come on. Let's go home. Hang on. Where were you? Everyone's been looking for you.
I'll tell you later. And then, hand in hand, we happily walked home. It felt so good to have a place I could truly call home.
Even if the chaos could be a little overwhelming at times, I had missed it more than I ever imagined.
Hello guys, today I
introduce you to my clingy little sister.
And also super annoying brother. The me too! Sorry guys, life in a big family tends to be a little chaotic. And then we all burst into laughter behind the camera. Having so many siblings wasn't so bad after all. Having someone by my side is one of life's true blessings.
Hey, I'm Sage, but you can call me Witch. That's what all the townspeople call me anyway. My folks run a funeral home called Black Rose, and some superstitious people consider this a bad omen. By some, I mean the entire town. Everything about us is spooky and weird. Want to see our house? It kinda has that monster house vibe and looks like a fort in the middle of this dollhouse neighborhood. I did try making friends with the other kids, but it never worked out. Ah! Don't eat the cookies! They're poisoned! Despite all that, Mom and Dad found their work meaningful and put a lot of effort into it. Well, maybe a little too much? I guess the reason why they're so emotional is because they know what it feels like to lose someone dear to them. My little sister Leah's missing, and it's all my fault. We'd searched for her everywhere for 5 years, but still, no news. It was a terrible time for my family, but instead of showing us support, the neighbors spread absurd rumors about Leah's disappearance. Some said the devil took her, while others said we sacrificed her during a satanic ritual. These heartless people were never going to change their minds about us, so I decided to just go along with it. This is why no one dares to bother me, as they don't want to be cursed. Ouch! Oh, sorry, miss. We're just trying to catch that bird. Please don't curse us. Jesus, that poor little thing. If you hurt an innocent creature again, I'll turn you into one and see how you like having stones shot at you. Blood drained immediately from their faces as they screamed and bolted. I carefully took the bird out of the bush, then brought it to my forest house. This is my secret hideout deep in the forest. I have my own garden where I plant herbs to heal injured animals. This isn't a wild bird. It even has a name. Must be someone's pet. Okay, Sky, so you like to sneak out, huh? The world out there is dangerous. I should bring you home. I followed the address on Sky's tag and took her there. Guess her owner wouldn't be happy if they thought a witch had cursed her, so it's better not to show myself. No one wants anything to do with a witch. But no matter how annoyed or scared they acted, I just don't care. Having the place to myself has its perks. But then out of the blue, a guy slumped on the chair opposite me. How dare he? I could feel his eyes peeking at me. Another idiot wanting to test his courage. Hey, Sage, right? We're in the same English literature class. But in case you didn't know, I'm Mark. Why should I know your name? Oh, I just wanted to... If you don't want to get diarrhea, sleep paralysis, or skin rashes, don't ever talk to me. Then I turned around to leave, but tripped over something and fell forward. You alright? This is crazy. Who asked him to do that? Then I came home to find an angry crowd in front of my house. Those eerie sounds are keeping us awake at night. What kind of dark magic are you practicing? Your black sorcery made my curling iron overheat and burn my hair. Must be some demonic influence messing around here. Turns out, strange things were happening to every house in the neighborhood. So these superstitious people blamed everything on my family and even wanted to kick us out. We can't move. We have to wait here. For Leah. She's with the devil now. She's obviously not coming back. So go away. Never talk about my sister like that again. Get out of here. Coincidentally, there was a loud rumble of thunder right at that moment. Horrified, they started pointing and calling me a witch. Go home, everyone, for your own safety. I'll take it from here. This man is Mr. Thompson, the town's mayor. He came with an offer to help our family move away in peace. Believe me, it's best for everyone. If and when your daughter comes back, you'll be informed right away. After he left, my parents seemed to be thinking about moving away for real. What's gotten into them? We didn't do anything wrong. Why do we have to leave? I'm not going anywhere. My parents might be weak, but I'm not. I'll wait for my sister here. She promised me she'd help me care for those poor creatures. She will be back. Achoo! What was that? It sounds like a guy's sneeze? Who's there? Show yourself. Ugh, you idiot. Come out alone. Both of you. Now. Those two look familiar. Right, they're Meg and Nick, the infamous best friend duo in my school. It turns out they were curious about the strange phenomena happening at Meg's house too. They wanted to see if I was really using witchcraft to cause all that. We didn't expect to see you healing animals here. Why do you let people think you're a witch? They can call me a witch, an alien, or whatever. I don't care, as long as they leave me be. I hate it when people annoy me, which is what you two are doing now. Quit following me and never come here again. But they didn't leave. Instead, Meg told me about a black rose that always appeared at the scene. Of course, it reminds the townsfolk of my family. Nick thought that made no sense. I mean, if it really was us, why would we make it that obvious? Someone's clearly trying to frame us. That's it. If I found that person, my family could live here in peace again. We'll investigate together. We can catch the bad guy and be heroes, like a detective squad. Sounds like you've been watching too much Scooby-Doo. And why aren't you guys scared of me? Actually, I'd make a great Daphne. And come on, we just saw you feeding the cats. Even if you are a witch, then you must be a kind one. The next day, I was going downstairs when I heard some chattering noise. Are those angry townsfolk back? I was about to scare them away, but I saw my parents warmly welcoming Meg and Nick. This is the first time I'd had friends come over, so my parents were overreacting. I hurriedly pulled my so-called friends out of the house. I guess disturbing me has become a habit to you, huh? We didn't know how else to contact you. Anyway, we'd like to introduce you to an IT expert. He's agreed to help us. Then suddenly, a guy standing behind the black rose bush appeared and said hi to me. Isn't that the guy from the library? This is Mark, the newest member of our squad. Good to see you again. I hope you'll remember my name this time. So, this Mark guy was really serious about this. He's now telling Nick how he could get data from all of the cameras in the neighborhood, which sounded like some kind of alien language to me. Look, our tech genius found something. Mark is awesome, right, Sage? I guess? Someone hacked into these houses' networks and was causing their electrical appliances to go haywire. And every night at 11 o'clock sharp, the camera would be disconnected. Not for long, just enough for someone to place a black rose at the scene unnoticed. Can you track down that hacker's IP address? Yes, and also their coordinates. That's Clara's house? Wait, Clara? The drama queen who always plays up everything about me? Does she hate me that much to target my whole family? We reached out to Clara to talk privately, but she flat out denied everything. What is wrong with you? Did this witch hypnotize you into becoming her slave? Blink twice if you need help. We have proof. You can't get away with this. Are you threatening me? This is illegal. I will tell my father about this. You think you're a big deal just because your father is the mayor? Big enough for you to watch out? She's the mayor's daughter? What's with that smug attitude? Everyone in this school remembers how she embarrassed herself last year after Mark rejected her. You may not know this, but Mark is the most popular guy among the girls in our school. It doesn't matter. I'm not interested in those girls. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I don't even care. The atmosphere suddenly became weirdly awkward. Well, now the only way is to stalk Clara and catch her red-handed. But we've been sitting here for an hour and nothing's happened. This snooping scheme is so silly. I was about to leave when Mark stopped me. Someone was coming out of Clara's house. Gotcha. Still trying to deny it now, Clara? Mark took off his mask, but who's this man? He suddenly flung out, then attacked Mark and ran off. We were about to chase him when Mark cried out in pain. Meg and Nick told me to take Mark home while they chased after the guy. I brought him home. This house looks so familiar. Oh, this was the owner's house of Sky, the bird I'd saved. Mark explained he'd seen me bring Sky back and was impressed with the note I'd left on how to take care of its wound. I knew everyone had been wrong about you, so I wanted to thank you and be your friend. I'm not someone who could make friends. Then I quickly left. The next day, Mark helped us arrange a meeting with Clara at the cafe where he worked. When Clara heard about the man coming out of her house last night, she seemed shaken and said he was probably one of her dad's staff. However, when Meg asked her for her help, Clara refused. We hit a dead end again, but Mark said he already had a solution. Before he could tell us, the cafe owner appeared and told me that spooky stuff was happening and asked me to leave. The holy statue, the town's symbol, was broken, and they found another black rose at the scene. Meg and Nick immediately jumped to my defense, but he didn't listen. He also forbade Mark from hanging out with me, or else he'd fire him. I'll leave now! See? I'm not good at making friends. I only bring them trouble. I dashed away so no one could see me cry. However, suddenly, someone's hand grabbed mine, then pulled me onto the bus just as it arrived at its stop. Mark? What are you doing? He'll fire you! I quit. That kind of boss doesn't get to fire me. It's all my fault. Don't worry. I have a ton of different jobs. Waiter, dog walker, even babysitter. Anything that makes money. What's the money for? This bus will take you to the answer. We got off at the last stop, an orphanage. So Mark was donating the money he earned to these orphans. Promise me you'll show them your true kind side. At first, I wasn't sure if I could, but then I gradually opened up to these sweet kids. Suddenly, I saw a familiar figure watching other children having fun from afar. Is that Leah? My sister? Turns out, 5 years ago, a lost kid was found wandering by the bus stop. She was so scared that she couldn't remember anything about her family. She only said a few separate words like funeral or dead people, so the nuns thought her parents had passed away and took her in. During her time here, she couldn't blend in with other kids. Seeing how Leah pushes others away, I saw myself in her. She shouldn't live her life the same way I do. I then called my parents and they came to pick us up right away. Oh boy, it surely was the tearful reunion of the century. Thank you so much. We only found Leah thanks to you. I'm glad to help, but that's not all. I've got something else to show you. As it turned out, Mark bugged Clara's phone at the cafe. It recorded a call she had with her father, exposing him as the culprit behind the town's mishaps. It appears Mr. Mayor wanted to build a shopping mall, but he needed to clear up some space for it. Using my family's bad rap, he played spooky tricks on the townspeople to scare them into selling their homes for cheap. When Clara found out the truth, she begged her father to stop, but he refused to. Meg and Nick posted the recording on the internet, causing outrage among our town. The cops arrested him, and my family's name was cleared. All our neighbors apologized to my family for letting their superstitions blindside them. My parents were obviously touched, so they forgave them all, and threw a party. So my family was reunited. Not only did I find my sister, but also 3 good friends. Well, maybe 2 good friends, and 1 more than just a friend.
Hi, I'm Celine, and I've called the St. Augustine Orphanage home since I was 6, but I'm not actually an orphan. You see, my parents are special agents with secret identities. Sweetie, if one day someone suspicious asks you about your parents, run for your life. I was used to these fleeting, ghost-like visits from my parents. They often took turns sneaking in and out at night, spending the little time they had with me, and always came together for my birthday. And even though I didn't see them much, they taught me some awesome skills. By the age of 12, I was fluent in 5 languages, could play a variety of instruments, and do a butterfly kick on anyone who needed it. Despite living a secret life and not seeing my parents as much as I wanted, I still felt lucky that I had them both in my life. It's my 17th birthday, a day I should be super excited about. You see, my parents always visit me together on my birthday, but I've been waiting here for ages and there's no sign of them. This was the first year this had happened. I didn't like it one bit. Something was definitely up. The next day in church, we were singing hymns when I spotted this strange man in the crowd staring at me. My instinct were telling me something was up, so I eavesdropped on him talking to a nun.
That girl with blonde hair. How exactly did her parents pass away?
He asked about my parents. That meant my life was in real danger. I fled with all my survival skills right away. What really happened to my parents? Have their identities been revealed? I didn't dare to think about it. So I made sure no one was following me before going to the subway and looking for a baggage locker. This was where I needed to come in a run-for-my-life situation. I waited until nobody was around before I opened it with my key. Inside was some money, a dossier documenting a girl's life from childhood to old age, and a letter.
Our darling Celine, we're very sorry that you didn't have the normal childhood you deserved. Please don't ever doubt that we cherish and love you with all of our hearts. If you're reading this, it means our identities have been compromised. We've included the documents for your new identity. Stay strong. We will reunite soon. You're a loving mom and dad. XO.
If my parents could arrange all this for me, I believe that they could handle anything and come back to me soon. So here I am, under my new identity, Diane. Australia, here I come. My parents left me just enough money to start a new life here, pay for rent, and tuition fees. How perfectly ordinary. Diane's parents were researchers way in the Arctic. She's from a basic family and attended normal public schools, then worked as an office accountant, did not marry or have children. Everything was boringly safe. The thing is, if I was going to be someone else, then I should at least be someone fun. So I didn't start school. Instead, I created and adopted the identity of 20-year-old Harper and started my first money-making idea, marriage on demand. With all I'd learned from my parents, I could make a whole lot of money and at the same time experience how a normal family would look like. Perfect! First, I became a Harvard doctor graduate so this privileged guy's parents would give him his inheritance. Next, a posh aristocrat who saved my client from a dreadful arranged marriage. And then a sweet-natured girl who helped my client intimidate their seriously mean friends. As soon as my clients achieved their goals, the contract ended and we went our separate ways. Before I knew it, through my Harper alias, I'd married 9 guys in just 8 months and become eye-wateringly rich. But as it turned out, the cases I took were all abnormal families. This 10th contract would be my final case. Then I'd say goodbye to Harper and attend college as Diane before I lost all faith in ever getting the family of my dreams. But while driving to my rendezvous, I swear that car was following me. It could be my parents or someone dangerous. Only one way to find out. Now I just had to wait. If they were dangerous, I'd drive straight off this cliff, then swim to safety. Then I saw this gormless, grinning guy peer through my window. He held up a temporary girlfriend contract.
Hey, I just want to talk.
Could he be my 10th client? Either way, he seemed harmless, so I stepped out of the car.
I'm Carlton from the courthouse. You've sure been busy, so I've been assigned to investigate you.
As far as I'm aware, it's not illegal to marry multiple times, is it?
No, only if they're real and not marriage contracts.
Carlton, I only have one client left and I'm not marrying him. I'm his temporary girlfriend, which I believe is legal. So, is there any chance you could turn a blind eye this one last time?
Legal or not, I strongly advise you to quit this job and do something more morally upright.
Just then, a black car pulled over and a man walked straight towards us. Oh no, had they found me? I'm sorry for getting you into trouble. I turned around, ready to jump, but Carlton suddenly held my hand back.
No need for that. My boss won't eat you alive. Besides, I haven't told anyone about the contracts yet.
Oh, so this man's his boss from the court? Turns out he and his wife happened to see Carlton on their way to the airport and just came to say hi.
Hey, Carl, it doesn't say much if this girl would rather jump into the sea than date you.
He looked really awkward and I felt bad for the guy. Without thinking it through, I clung onto his arm and gave him my best adoring look. Actually, we're deeply in love. I'm an adrenaline junkie, but you know Carl, he's just so strict about things like this.
You're right, Carl is rather stiff. If you loosened up a bit, you may have been promoted by now.
After they left, I explained to Carlton that's what my job is, helping nice guys out of unnecessary trouble. Nothing immoral about it. I was about to leave when he suddenly stopped me. I could see his attitude changed.
Please, make a contract with me. I know you could help me improve my communication skills and get me promoted. You can see how desperate I am right now.
I wasn't sure. I mean, number 10 was meant to be my last client, but just look at that clueless face. Fine, but in return, you must be an attentive boyfriend, and I want to have dinner with you and your family every evening. Carl looked a bit confused, but he agreed to my demands. This was probably my last chance to experience a family life. I have a strict don't bewife two people at the same time rule, so I'm meeting my other client to gently turn him down.
Celine, is that you?
Celine? He knew my name? OMG, that's Matten, the genius pianist from the orphanage. Oh no, this was terrible. He could blow my cover. I was adopted and go by Harper now. My adoptive parents turned out to be a letdown. I had to fake my identity so I could work on my own.
I understand. It's so hard for orphans like us to survive.
Yes, it sure is. Look, Matten, things got pretty difficult for me, so I had to take another job in a hurry. I can't do 2 jobs at once. I'm sorry I have to cancel our contract.
Yeah, about that. I already publicly announced I have a girlfriend just a second ago.
Pianist prodigy Matten confirmed he's currently dating someone? Matten, I really can't do this.
Just tell me who your client is. I can make a deal with him.
I can't be with them both, so I called an emergency meeting for them to plead their cases.
An article accused me of inappropriate behavior towards female artists. It's completely false, of course. I need a girlfriend to distract the public and make them see I'm not a jerk. I want this promotion. If you won't help me, I'll expose you publicly. Pfft, like that matters. I'll just take you back to the US.
No, I can't go back there, and I don't want any attention from people either. This is what I'm gonna do, Carl. I'll be your girlfriend on weekdays and do anything I can to help you get promoted. In Matten, I'll be your girlfriend, well, pretend to be your girlfriend on the weekend. But my face has to stay out of the media, okay? Once this is done, then it's goodbye Harper and hello trouble-free, simple Diane. All I have to do is play some music while Matten listens and lets the paparazzi snap photos.
I've always admired the way you play music. It follows no rules, but that's what makes it so fearless and fun.
His comment made me pine for my parents. They were the reason I played like that. They taught me in the dark, told me to flow with the rhythms without any rules. I miss them so much.
I must admit I'd always had a crush on you. When this is over, I want to protect you. I want to be your family.
This was sweet, but he didn't know that I already had a family. I just needed to be patient. Then eventually they'll be back. On weekdays, I joined Carlton for lunch at work and helped him talk to his coworkers and grumpy boss. Then in the evening, I went to his house and gave him tips on how to be more charismatic, make people trust and warm up to him. I also taught him how to walk without slouching and politely greet people.
Hi, Mr. Chair. You look great today.
Oh, Miss Lamp, are you okay? You shouldn't lose more weight. You're already gorgeous.
Isn't that too much? I've never talked like this before.
You're doing great. Carlton followed all my advice. He might be a bit clumsy, but in a cute, endearing way. Still, what I anticipated most was joining his family for dinner. I'd never experienced the cozy and warm atmosphere of a family dinner before. Who knew Carl was such a great cook? And so sweet. After only 1 week, Carl now had friends at work and his boss gave him extra responsibilities. Meanwhile, Matten's reputation also made a rebound thanks to articles like, he doesn't want to be around other girls because he's so passionately in love with this amazing muse. A frantic week quickly passed, which ended with Carlton's family celebrating his new position, all thanks to me. I was so moved I almost cried, but noticed Carlton seemed off. Maybe he was bummed out as he knew this was the end of our contract. After dinner, we went for a stroll around the garden. Then he blurted out,
"Who are you really?"
I was super surprised. Then he told me that one of his new jobs was to investigate a girl called Diane who entered the country, then vanished.
I know you're Diane. I can recognize those eyes anywhere.
Yes, I'm Diane, but I only faked my identity to earn money.
I know you're lying again. It's fine, you've helped me, so I'll help you too. I faked some info to close the case.
Thank you, Carl. This means a lot. I knew how important the laws were to him, but he still broke them. For me.
I actually quit my job.
What do you mean? What about your promotion? You've tried so hard for that.
It's okay. I realized I didn't like it so much anyway.
I felt terrible that he'd given up his job because of me. But he didn't need me anymore. Our contract had to end, right? Now it's time to end Matten's contract. Then I can go back to being Diane. However, I showed up at the villa to a swarm of reporters.
Are you Matten's girlfriend? Please get out of the car. Are you the girl who dates him for dollars, not love? Please show yourself and verify the news.
Looks like the news of Matten's girlfriend being a girl who only married for money had leaked. I sat there not knowing what to do. Then I saw Matten coming out of the villa hand in hand with some shiny-haired girl.
These rumors about my girlfriend are all lies. Amber is a wonderful, kind-hearted soul and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, I suppose that's pretty smart of him. Finding someone with a nice background was the only way to save his reputation for now. Goodbye, Matten. I wish you well. It seems he couldn't bring himself to ruin his career to protect me the way Carlton did. Now I was free to be Diane and attend this public school my parents wanted me to.
I was wondering when you'd show up. You're rather popular. A man with a scar has been asking about you.
Someone with a scar was looking for Diane? The moment I realized someone was watching me behind the door, my instinct told me to run for my life. I rushed to the window and jumped down, just to catch Carlton peeping at me. What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you, so I tracked down Diane. I didn't expect to find you here, but I like you a lot, and
there was no time. They saw us together, so I pulled him away.
You're driving like crazy, Diane. Who are they? Why are they chasing us?
I don't know. All I know is that they're dangerous. He took his phone out to call 911, but I stopped him. No cops. I can't trust anyone but myself, Carl. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this mess. My parents often told me the best way to escape a chase is to jump into the water. However crazy it seems, please trust me. I took a sudden turn and plunged the car straight into the sea. In the water, I unfastened the seatbelt and turned to see Carl already got out of his. He pulled my hand and we swam through the window. The waves drifted us onto a beach, but I had no strength left to move an inch. They're gonna catch us.
Celine, sweetie, please wake up.
I rubbed my eyes and saw the golden sand, Carlton, and my mom and dad? Am I dead? Mom?
No, sweetie, you're very much alive.
Turns out the people chasing us were my parents. After 10 years on the job, they finally eliminated the criminal gang and retired. Dad ended up getting the scar, but it's all over now. We could finally be a normal family.
You sure made it hard for us to track you down by using a different identity. We should have known our cunning daughter would have created a more challenging life. Like father, like daughter. Huh? You're not Diane?
Carlton, my name's Celine. Mom, Dad, this is Carlton, my boyfriend. It was so cute seeing him blush. Then he quickly held his hand out and introduced himself to them.
It's lovely to meet you both. I care greatly for your daughter, and I always will, no matter how mischievous she is.
Turns out it's pretty amazing just being Celine. I started school as myself, and so far, so good. I'm living with my kind, talented, and normal parents. We're having the best time together, and I get to date this cute, caring chef. The best part is I can finally stop running for my life and just enjoy the people I love most.